Florida at this happening event today, the Gasparilla Festival. It's the 55th annual event, and there are so many amazing, over 200 artists. I can't wait to meet them and talk to them and find out all about them. It's such a great happening event. You can just feel the vibe. There's music, there's people buying all sorts of art, and people just having a wonderful time. And you couldn't ask for a better day than today in Tampa. As always, it's gorgeous and beautiful. It's where everyone wants to be. All right, come along, let's meet some artists. Allison, I'm Patty.
Nice to meet you.
As well, yes. So this is your first time here at the event?
Yes, this is my first time. It's very exciting.
It is. Yeah. It is. So how long have you been involved in the art world?
So I have been doing art for a long time. I originally started out as graphic designer. Now I'm trying to merge into more of the fine art world. So
great. Yeah. Were you formally trained or?
Yes, I actually went to Ringling.
Oh, in Sarasota. Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah, beautiful spot. Yeah, for sure.
It's great.
So is there, in looking at your art here, it's magnificent. Do you have something that defines your art that you would like to say?
Yeah, so I feel like a lot of my art is actually inspired from hikes that I have done around Florida. So a lot of Florida nature, a lot of themes with the environment. I really kind of focus on that. I also use a lot of recycled materials, so the some of the textiles I use to paint on is actually found, thrifted, recycled stuff.
Oh, wow, isn't that wonderful? Go ahead and look at some of your work and tell me what was the inspiration behind this beautiful piece.
Yeah, so this piece is really about just meditating, relaxing, unwinding. Mangroves are so important to the environment, so you know, it's a cleansing element of just like the soul, the spirit, and the water.
Oh. Yeah. I love it. It's just dazzling.
Thank you.
And this, oh my goodness. What inspired this? I love it.
I mean, the spoonbills are just so funny. This one is really just an appreciation of, you know, some of the birds that we have in Florida, and this is actually my backyard of where I grew up. So it's just a celebration of home and, you know, relaxing and everyday life.
Yes, and this, how touching, mother and baby. Oh, and I love you got the little boy. So, and the gator.
I was really inspired by how these big alligators can pick up their babies with their mouths and just be so gentle. So I really wanted to capture kind of, you know, this gentle moment, very tender moment with mother and baby in all forms with all creatures.
Well, you definitely captured it. It's just heartwarming, you know.
Yeah,
good
very
for the
warm.
soul. Yeah. Oh, beautiful. And now, was this in your travels? You ran across this woman?
Yeah, so all of these people are actually, they're friends of mine who have let me paint them. So they're all people I know. So this is actually just a moment in time that I had just painted, and she just looked really beautiful. She had just hopped out of the pool, so.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. I think that's why you're artists, so you're using people you know, so you really put your heart and emotion into it.
Everything's very personal.
Absolutely. Yes, it's fabulous. Look at that.
Thank you. Yeah, so this is actually on found textiles. So that is a tablecloth that I went ahead and stretched over stretcher bars and painted on, and it's really just, you know, when you call your when you call home and you're like, hey, you know, like, how's it going? So I did Spanish moss as like the cord, and you know, a bunch of imagery of different birds.
You are so creative, and you
Thanks.
have a happy spirit about you. I love it,
you,
and
thank
it's
you.
reflective here in your art.
I appreciate
Yes.
it. Appreciate it.
Where would you like to see your future art world go?
Oh my goodness. I mean, so right now this isn't my full-time gig, so I think just, you know, being able to really focus and make and create more and just get as much of my art out there in happy homes is pretty much what I'm hoping for. So
Where's your ideal setting for your creativity? Do you have a special place you like to go and do your art?
So I actually have a studio that is, I have a studio space that's actually at the Morian Clay Center. So I have a studio space just right above Lolita's Wine Bar. So I wouldn't change that. I love that spot.
No.
So, but that place is really great.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's wonderful. Well, if you could go anywhere and create a fabulous piece of art, where would you like? And I'll give you that trip, that one-way two-way. You have to come back home to your studio, but where would you like to go?
You know, if I could do anything, I guess I would probably try and see if I could like paint something in the Everglades. I think that would be my favorite.
The Florida Everglades, right here.
Yeah,
oh,
right
you are such a great local native girl.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, yes, and who couldn't be? But this is the most fabulous place to be.
For sure,
Yeah.
I love it a lot. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Have you ever hiked in the Ocala National Forest?
I
or-
have. I actually grew up around there. I'm originally from Crystal River, so
Oh, yes, and
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
it's a beautiful
Yeah.
area. Yeah.
Yeah, we are so lucky. Well, we are so blessed to have you here, and
Thanks.
I'm putting you in for the #1 here.
Oh my gosh! Thank
Yes,
you.
this is fantastic,
Thank
and
you
you should
so
be
much.
very proud of
Thank
what
you
you've accomplished.
So much. I appreciate
Yes.
that. That means the world.
Hi, my name is Patty. What is your
Patty.
name?
Nneka Jones.
And Nneka. Oh, I love your art here. It's so colorful and beautiful.
Thank you.
Can you tell me your inspiration for your work?
Sure. I actually started off as a painter, so I loved doing hyper-realistic paintings. But I discovered embroidery through an experimentation and taking an experimental painting class. So
Where was that? Where did you do that?
at the University of Tampa.
Oh, great, right here local, yay.
Yes, yes. So I'm originally from Trinidad and Tobago, but I came to Tampa and went to the University of Tampa and took their art program. And it was through a class with a professor there that I discovered that I didn't have to use traditional paints and traditional methods of creating to create art that was impactful and to create portraiture. So I experimented with embroidery, and that brought me to where I'm at right now.
Wow, embroidery.
Yes.
Wow, so tell me how it looks so much like a painting.
Yes, it does.
Oh my goodness, may I touch?
No, you may not.
Do not touch, okay. So how do you begin a beautiful piece like this? Describe how it starts.
So for me, I begin with a vision in mind first, and then I start sourcing images for that vision to match that vision. I either combine the images myself from reference photos that I've taken, or I combine reference photos that I've sourced online, and I create that one person that I see. And from there, I can start sketching on the canvas and stitching into the canvas.
And stitching.
Yes, hand stitching.
Hand stitching. Oh my goodness. If we zoomed in, would we see that? Would we be able to see the
you'd
stitch?
be able to see the
If you can
details.
zoom in there. That is so original and creative. And your
you.
teacher taught you how to do this?
No, so everyone in the class actually had a different material that they worked with, and we weren't taught how to use the material. We just had to experiment with it and kind of find our own way and own style of creating. So this was nothing that I was formally taught or have an education in. It's just pure experimentation.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Well, how long would a piece like this take you to make?
Well, it depends. It depends on the complexity of the piece. It depends on the scale, but anywhere from 1 week to a month.
1 week to a month.
Yes.
It's just truly fabulous, dazzling, you know, the colors, and to think there is not one bit of paint on there.
Yeah.
Do you do acrylic painting or oils?
I do.
Or
Yeah, I actually don't only do these pieces on canvas, but I also do murals as well. And I love just experimenting outside of what you are put in a box with as an artist, and the norm. So for me, I just love anything creative, anything bold, vibrant, and colorful. And yeah, that's it.
what can you describe a mural you've done?
I recently completed the Palm Iorio Garage mural, which actually won a Downtown Collaboration Award.
Oh,
Yes,
congratulations!
Downtown Tampa, yes. Thank
Oh,
you.
you have to be so proud of that.
I am.
Oh, fantastic. Well, where do you want to see your art world take you? Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
Wow, 5 years. I probably might have my own gallery at that point.
Ooh, I
Yes,
think you should.
yes, and of course
Here
continue.
in Tampa, of course, right?
Yes, I mean, where else? But yeah, just continue inspiring other artists, other creatives to pursue their dreams, pursue their careers in arts, or just any career in general.
Would you be willing to share your knowledge and show others how to do this?
Of course, I do that now with different workshops, so I would love to continue and expand on that in the future.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. I see you in 5 years from now, rooftop art studio. You know, you bring your art, and then inside during the day, but then at night, you know, when it glows, I think it would be magnificent with Tampa
Thank you.
skyline in the back. Wouldn't that be a dream?
Of course, yes.
And if you could go anywhere in the world and create a piece, where would you? If I said, I'm going to fly you there and back, and you can create a piece of work.
That's a tough question. I might pick somewhere in the Caribbean because I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, so
Oh, beautiful.
returning to my roots would be nice.
Oh,
Yes.
well, that's
Embroidery art, I actually always work on a 2D surface, so I decided I wanted to experiment a little bit more with 3D form and seeing things come to life in space and kind of leaving things out of the canvas. So I changed my canvas from actual stretched canvas to a 3D pen and working with 3D filament and then stitching on top of that.
Oh, it's just magnificent. You are so creative.
Thank you.
All that. And just to bring that all together and the expression on her face. I mean,
you.
my
Thank
goodness,
you.
Just beautiful. Yes. Love it in every way. And this, okay, I can see the stitching now. Now
Yes.
I see it
Mhm.
with the light coming in here. Wow. And you're using some yarn and
Yarn, embroidery thread. I use silky and matte threads, so a little bit of everything.
wonderful. Just creates such a magnificent effect.
Thank you.
And look at how you did the American flag here. Wow. With those like little Dixie cups and you
Yeah, they're actually shot glasses.
shot glasses.
Mhm.
Yeah. Are there anything in there?
No.
Oh, just so creative, Nneka.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Patty with Mom's
I'm
Spirit Art.
Patty, I'm Emmanuel.
Emmanuel?
Sandra.
Sandra. Oh, I was drawn to your beautiful art here.
Thank you, thanks.
Oh goodness, it's so colorful and happy and very beautiful.
Thank you.
And this one, who is the inspiration? This beautiful woman.
Well, definitely she's maybe kind of inspiration, but it's not exactly her. But we both paint together, but we love to create those faces. They are not real people. They are kind of muses or divas that we just created in the process of the painting. We started to combining features until we feel that is the most expressive and beautiful face that we can create. Yeah.
Wow. So who starts the painting? Like, do you begin it?
We think together. We create kind of schedules, and we just start to work in more than one piece. We start painting 2-3 canvases in the studio at the same time. So we just rotate between the canvases. We exchange the roles here and there, adding colors and textures until we feel both that every painting is like finished.
I love this. Is so original and beautiful. You created fabulous.
Thank you. Thanks
Oh
a
my
lot.
God.
Thank
Is
you.
there a special time of day you like to create your art?
No.
Do you have a ritual? Do you like to play music or?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, that is great. And where are you from? What country?
We are original from Cuba. We grew up in Cuba. We studied arts over there. We started our career over there. And yeah, now we live in Miami, South Miami, and we continue just working and creating.
Wow. When did you know that, hey, this is it, we're going to do this full time? When did you decide that?
Well, we have been painting together for more than 15 years. But we came like 10 years ago from Cuba, and we started doing this full time like 5-6 years maybe.
Oh,
Yeah. But anyway, we have been painting for 16 years. Yeah.
Oh, that is fantastic. Let's go and look at some
Yeah,
more.
sure, yeah,
It's
yeah, please.
beautiful. Oh my goodness, just wonderful. And I love how you're incorporating the birds in there, you know, just the loveliness and tranquility. What would you like to say is a signature that people can identify your art? What do you always include in your art?
Well, we have a very unique technique and a very unique kind of a technical process that we have developed for many years. This is really the result of many years of a very personal and technical experimentation. And yeah, we started using like a more traditional processes, using brushes, palette knife, metal leaves. But so then we finished the painting process using this very unique technique. We use rubber letter stamps. We make our own stamps, we don't buy. We make first our own stamps using foam or using rubber. And so then we mix again every single color on the palette and we stamp by hand, one by one, every single letter, putting every local color to create the illusion of the face and all that kind of hidden letters or maybe words inside the face, you know.
That's brilliant. Oh my goodness.
So it's a kind of a very interactive piece of art. And people are always trying to find secrets or codes inside it.
Ooh, I like
inside
that. The
it. It's a kind of play, you know, like a word puzzle. And it's funny because sometimes we include it by purpose, but sometimes just happen by accident in the process. And people find it, we have no idea. That's really funny.
Is she more prone to put those little hidden messages?
Yeah, but we both do together. We do just.
I think that is just brilliant what you all are
Thank
doing.
you.
And like,
Oh, thank you.
tell me, all right, for this painting, where did it begin? Did you begin your piece right here, up here? Where did you begin this piece?
Well, in this, yeah, when the piece is big enough like
But
this.
the canvas is blank. Where do
Yeah.
you? Okay, now and you have all your colors. Where do you go onto the canvas?
I don't know exactly. We just exchange here and there. Sometimes I paint the background.
Yes, it's different.
Yeah. Sometimes we started using, for example, of course, we started in the background. But so there's a lot of blues, a lot of dripping, all the metal leaf. But we just do whatever, you know. We just exchange here and there. And sometimes even we are painting more than one piece, so then we just rotate here and there. It's a little bit crazy, but it works. Huh?
You got to see when it talks to you. Start here and then go to something else. And,
Yeah, sometimes we talk, or sometimes it's not necessary. We know, we feel what we need to do here and there. We have been painting for many years together, so it's a kind of instinct that we have in the.
It's just dazzling, and the expression and the eyes of all these women. Oh, you're hands down. I vote you all the best here
Oh,
today.
thank
This
you.
is
Wow,
just
thank
fabulous.
you. Thanks so much. Thank you.
Yeah, with Mom's Weird Art, what's your name?
Hi, Patty. I'm Michelle Mardis,
Michelle. So glad you're here in Tampa today with your
Thank you.
beautiful art. Where
Thank
are you
you.
from?
Tarpon Springs.
Yay. Okay, so local girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love. Is that why you've got the like beach nostalgic swimming?
You know, I've been painting since 1999. I started this body of work right after COVID. I build all these are on wood, so I build the wood pieces myself. No, I have painted a lot of different subject matters, but I decided to paint something new and fresh for mostly Florida shows. So I didn't want to do a palm tree or a bird of paradise. And mid-century modern is something I really love, and I love old movies. I like antiques. I like, you know, that whole retro vibe. So I study and research vintage photographs for swimmers and swimming caps, and sometimes they're not swimming caps, and I put a swimming cap on them. But yeah, the backgrounds that you see in these paintings are also what I do is I study vintage mid-century modern wallpaper, and so I get ideas and make stencils and kind of blow them up and use those for backgrounds. So kind of a mix of a lot of different things.
And beautiful, and it's happy. You know, I'm looking
Yeah.
at your art, makes you feel good.
Yeah.
And so
It's
maybe
very
you could
uplifting.
create this into wallpaper. Is
Yeah.
that what you're saying?
No, I don't want to do wallpaper. I don't want to do textile. I do everything. I mean, everything. I build the wood panel. I paint the paintings. I go to the art shows. I set up my schedule. You know, I'm one person that I've done reproductions of my work in the past, but literally you spend your whole entire week making those reproductions and creating. But so now I just do all originals, and I, like I said, I build the wood panels. I was the only girl in wood shop in high school, so you know this is something that comes natural to me. So also it's I can be in control of the dimensions. So whereas, you know, most canvases come in certain sizes. I mean, you can make them yourself, but I just like the texture.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Magnificent.
So we have some more pieces over here. You want to follow me?
So, how do you begin a painting? Where do you have a ritual that you like to use? Like
I
play
have-
some quiet music?
Oh,
or-
no.
Yes.
Well, when I build the pieces, it's in my garage. So I have like a little wood shop in my garage. And I usually just listen to like, you know, like 60s, 70s rock
Oh, the
music.
retro-
So I like any kind of like retro-y. But when I'm painting, I usually paint to movies or that's dialogue driven or books on tape. I need something that has sort of a finish and end because I can end up painting like 7 or 8 hours and 10 hours. You know, I mean, I will take a break. I used to paint for like 14 hours a day, but you need to figure when you're listening to just music, it goes on forever. But a movie, you know, it's maybe 2 hours. You know, I need to take a break now. So, but as far as a ritual, no. I wake up I'm an early bird. I wake up really super early, like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and then I eat, and then I start working. So, and I mean,
So you
working,
like the
but
early,
painting.
yeah. Some
But I
people like to
paint
paint until 2 in the morning, but you're the
no,
early.
I'm in bed at 9:30 or 10.
Me too.
No, I already put 14 hours. If you start painting at 7 and then you're finished at 7, that's 12 hours. Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe 2 more hours to just veg and not do anything, watch TV. But no, I'm horizontal at
Well, no
10
wonder.
o'clock.
You're putting a lot of work
Yeah,
and, you know,
I'm not.
it's
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
energy.
I'm 61 too, so it's like, you know,
Oh,
it doesn't get easier. I guess we all know that.
so you've changed. You said after COVID. How was your art different prior to?
Well, from 99 to for about 12, 15 years, I painted dogs. So there's a whole dog series on my website. We gotta dig in a little deeper, but I painted dogs that were realistic but not the natural color. So I did that for a very long time, and then I had some people kind of knocking me off, and so I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna change up and do something different. So then I had a farmhouse series, and that was like lots of vintagey cowboys sort of developed into a lake house series. So I do like life jackets, and you remember the old big orange life jackets that I used to pull out of the pool, the underneath the boat,
Right.
and your mom would stick it on you, and it would smell like
Yes, musty.
yeah,
Like a tent.
it was like gross, but you couldn't like you don't remember it, you got. But anyway, yeah. But your mom was like, "You're not gonna sink to the bottom of the lake now." You know, like okay, and you couldn't even move. Yeah, it smelled like mildew.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've got a painting of it of the one I do on the back wall, but that's all that retro nostalgic stuff that you know somebody was taking care of you at that time. So a lot of those vintage feelings takes you back to your childhood, you know, when you didn't really have to worry about anything. So.
Yeah. That's why these speak to me, because as a kid, I was a fish growing up here in Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in the golf and in the pools everywhere. Yeah.
And I have a series of popsicles.
Oh, I love popsicles.
So I do a dreamsicle. I've sold.
How about those push-ups? Remember the old?
I've done a push-up. I have a bomb pop that I do. This is what I have left, but I typically sell this one with the dreamsicle. But I like the simplicity of it, you know.
Yeah, and the colors
Like
are
I said,
great,
it's
even
just
for
wood.
in decorating in your a beach cottage or a condo.
It's like endless summer sort of vibe too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, that's great. Well, where do you see yourself in 5 more years? Are you gonna?
Well, I used to do about 32, 35 shows a year. Now I do about 12. So,
That's still quite a
you
bit.
know, when people say they retire and paint, well, I'm already painting. So there's no retirement. There's basically less shows and more interior design. Designers buy my work and put them in their, you know, customers' homes. So probably leaning a little bit more to that because it's This is not easy. It's a lot of work.
It is. It is. It's very
And this-
appreciate what you do
Yeah.
here.
I mean, it's beautiful weather, but you cannot have beautiful weather, and it gets very difficult and scary, 'cause,
Yes.
it's Florida.
and just the time, the different paints, and
Yeah.
coming up with the ideas,
Yes.
start to finish. Well, how long would one take you? Like, and you're even doing the canvas, say, with
Well,
the wood.
the actual wood piece takes me about 3 days from start to finish. Now I can make 2 or 3 in one day, but as far as the painting goes, I'm usually working on 2 or 3 paintings at once as well. But see, this little guy will take me almost as long as this. So it's on the back wall, and I can show it to you. And it's
Yes.
one I've done a few times. It's called the Bubblegum Girl. But because they're picking it up tomorrow here at the show, and I sold it in Longboat Key. And I painted 2 days for 14 hours a day.
Oh.
And then the next day I had to clear coat it and wait another day to dry. But I got it here, So that is not what I like to do. That 14 hours a day.
It's a lot of pressure.
It's like
Yeah.
I'm like a machine. No, it's not really. I mean, this is. It's fun,
Yeah.
It's not. I don't.
It's
I
fun,
don't.
it's playful.
I do like to work under pressure, but that was a
That's-
little.
Yeah.
They're flying back to Michigan or wherever they're from, so they needed to pick it up, and I was like, let me just. But I nailed it. I did it. You can come on back, and we'll
All
show
right.
it to
And
you.
what's the most?
So this is the Bubblegum Girl. This is the one that I painted.
Oh, I love. And I always had a big wad of sour grape
Oh yeah,
bubble gum in my mouth.
like
so
the
I
watermelon or yeah.
Oh, isn't she? Oh, how much is this one?
It's 46.
46, and that's just magnificent. I can see that people really enjoying
Yeah.
that.
Oh, and this is the life jacket down there that we were talking about.
yes, the musty.
Yeah.
life
And
jacket.
I did that life jacket too. That's a different one.
Oh, very, very happy.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. I love that bandana in her hair
Yeah,
and the polka
That's
dots.
actually an old vintage movie clip from a Betty Davis movie.
Oh,
So that she was laying on a diving board.
fantastic. Well, very good. What would you like people to know besides you being an artist? What would you like them to know about you?
I don't know. I've always done what I've wanted to do. I've been on my own since I was 16, and
Really?
I've worked at a couple of different careers. I was a hairdresser. I worked for Macy's. I was in Macy Day Parade. I got recruited by Banana Republic. I was a manager for them for years in Westport, Connecticut. My son was born in Connecticut. I have a son and a daughter. My son will be 33 this month, and my daughter's 30. She was born here in Florida, the only native Floridian. I know a couple, but not many. Anyway, I think if you do what you love, like the old saying goes, that you'll never work a day in your life. And yes, there's a lot of work in the grunt part of setting up the art show, but you paint what you want, and then people will find you too. You don't paint for what you think somebody wants to buy. I paint what I like, and guess what? There's a whole bunch of people that like it too. So,
I totally agree.
and that goes with anything. There's so many different types of art here at every art show. And not everyone's going to like your work, and not everyone's going to like their work. That's what makes the world go round.
But I like your art. It's happy, it's
Thank you.
colorful, and I know
Makes
you're
you
gonna
feel
sell-
good.
It does, and it's sentimental. You
Yeah.
remember back to this
Yeah.
time. So I'm sure you're going to sell quite a bit. And I thank you for being
You're
here
welcome.
today.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. All right.
Nice to meet you too.
Hey, I'm Patty.
Hi,
What's your
Patty.
name?
Chase Parker.
Oh, and you're from Tampa. Yay.
I
Are
am
you a
local.
native?
I am. Every
Oh,
generation
the
I know
best.
of.
Yay!
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm glad you're here today, and I would like to discuss the inspiration behind your art.
So I do a lot of butterfly sculptures. The first one was based on something my daughter had gone through, and I wanted to capture all of that emotion in one piece, so I created a standalone butterfly sculpture. She helped me make it, helped me cut them out, and it was a long, grueling process, and after it, I was like, I'm never doing that again. And then it took off. Literally, it took off. So now I'm the butterfly guy.
Butterfly guy, well, it's beautiful, and the colors you've chosen, just everything.
Thank you.
Fantastic. So were you formally trained in art, or you just acquired them? What was your
No.
occupation prior to?
I did hair for 19 years.
Wow.
And
So-
then Gasparilla of 2022 was my first big art show, and I did so well that I knew I was in the wrong business and went full-time art after that.
Since 2022? Wow. Wonderful. Yes. And do you travel and show your work?
I do. So I have a contract with Kessler Hotels, so I go do shows at their hotels.
Oh, they feature artists too.
They do.
Yes.
So they each hotel has a gallery. They're very art centric, so they have galleries at each one, and I sell out of there. And then just locally, just got into Dean Street Gallery.
Oh, Dean Street.
Yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. Yeah. Oh. How about this other type of art you have out here? Is this your other medium?
I love history and books, so I utilize a lot of books in pieces, obviously like this one, and then I have the lenticular style, which is more of an agamograph over here.
All right, let's look at that.
So if you stand there and look at it, and then keep looking at it and walk to the other side.
Oh, I'm already seeing it. Oh,
Walk all
you
the way.
taught yourself how to do this? This is magnificent. Look at those. Oh, look at how it just, that's magnificent.
Thank you.
What made you think of this? You're so creative.
So Yakov Agam, I want to say he's like 98 or 99 years old now. He's still alive, and he has two sculptures over on Bayshore, and they work in this similar style, but they're metal sculptures. So I wanted to play on that in more of a fine art.
Fabulous. Very, very nice. What is the most expensive piece you've ever sold?
It's one that I'm working with right now. I haven't even started, and it's for an older famous country singer, very famous country singer, the most famous older country singer, and it's going to be in Nashville.
Are they spotlighting you and bringing you in there?
They are.
Who's the oldest? I don't know. I'm not.
I can't.
I'm thinking
I'm literally not.
Rogers is what comes to mind.
In that era, but a female. So I'm doing a full body sculpture of her. Speaking of Dean Street. This is Dina from Dean Street.
Dina, howdy,
How are you?
And so that's probably going to take you at least a couple of years, huh?
That'll be like 13, 14-month project.
Oh, okay. All right, well, everybody watch for that. Well, I'll be heading to Nashville to check it out.
Yes, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time.
Absolutely.
Greatly appreciate it.
I appreciate
it's
it.
So creative and wonderful.
Thanks for stopping through.
All right. So love being in Tampa, Florida at this beautiful Gasparilla Arts Festival. You know, everyone there was so uplifting and happy, very welcoming. Tampa is a great city, so clean, beautiful people, just a wonderful vibe. And I want to thank everyone for being a part of this video. And hey, thank you all for watching too. And if you like, please like and subscribe. All right, till next time, bye.